Class orchestra. Right, we're here. Are we just about loaded? It's a little bit of a wait in the lobby, so sorry, we're just slightly late. It's not too much. And welcome everyone for race number 8. We are in Spielberg for the Austrian Grand Prix, the Red Bull Ring Formula 1 circuit. There's going to be 36 laps in store for here. The drivers tonight, a distance of 4.3 miles per lap. I'm here on my own at the moment. We're going to have a little bit of a delay on one of the comms that are going to be joining us, hopefully a little bit later. I've just been caught up, so you just have me for now, which I hope is enough for you. But welcome everyone. We're just going to wait for the first few drivers to get out. A lot of information to get through, so probably better I am on my own for now, because like usual, no one else will be able to get a word in edgeways. But I've done a little bit of research on even some of the other tiers as well tonight and how they're getting on. It looks like there's quite a close championship right across CRL, literally tier 1, tier 2, tier 3. There's, you know, the top people in the tiers at the moment. Let's start from tier 1. You've got CRL Ferg, CRL Nath, 179 in points and 174 in points. So close at the top, so that a tight little battle. Tier 2, Alex TG and Dragon on Speed. Again, there's 8 points separate them with 169 and 161. Tier 3 4-star is joint top with Fretty and Wow, being them two are ridiculously close of 189 each. They step away with at the moment from everybody else in the field. And we're seeing at the top here, Ryan Mills takes the championship top spot after last week. Ryan Mills had fastest lap and won last race. By the way, it was a bit of a tragic race last week in Spa. I'll go through it now. The last round was Ryan Mills won it. Big Ben came in second. Mazzles in third. Murphy came fourth. JB Bowie, Jack, he was in fifth. Gautier Fallon in sixth. Matt Warner in seventh. Rafbo in eighth. Ninth was Missy Joy. And beyond that was nobody. So beyond 10th position was a DNF. We just saw the Radion, day of the Radion, and it just absolutely destroyed everybody in Spa. Funny for some, not so funny for others. I think it was probably a funny watch considering how much was going on the day, but it was it was a tough one to watch. Tough one to watch. A lot of safety cars, a lot of slowing down of the race. Couldn't really get into much of the flow. As we said, JJ Cod Vickers on his starting lap. He was the first out, so we'll stay on board with him for just a second. I'll get all the information from the right hand side so we can see a little bit more of where he is and what's going on. Take that back off there. So he's just gone into Schlasgold. This is downhill section, turn 4. Just tucked into the right hand side when you come to turn 5, and here's Roche. Con, you want to be sort of I go half to 3/4 on the throttle round here in 5th, try and keep as much pace as I can possibly keep, but as we've already talked, he's in sector 3 and past Worth towards turn 8, and now slowly or fast going up hill towards Rinton turn 9. Don't even have time to think about it before he's turned the Red Bull turn 10, final corner, flying down to the start of his second go. 104.6 for JJ Cod Vickers, 105 for MFC Harvey will go in behind him. Murphy will have a little look on board his lap. He's currently sitting in 6th in the championship. Takes on Remus pretty well. Gets a purple sector for sector 1 into sector 2. We'll just give the people a bit of a perception of how bad that is downhill and how hard it is to keep control, which he's done pretty well, to be honest. Dropped right down to 2, didn't want to release until late on when he knew he had control, but that's pretty smooth driving at the moment from Murphy. We'll stay on board and give him a second. This is 7 and then tight to the corner on 8, followed around the apex, uphill, flat out, little dab on the brakes, but still a very sharp corner is turn 9 Rint. You want those wheels over the side of the track that just so easily invalidate if you're taking it too quick, but here he comes up to the line, puts himself P3 with a 104.6. well done to him. We'll slide down the pack. I think we'll go and see what Jay Wills is doing with his lap. He was previously top of the Pobs, but he's now dropped a spot to Ryan Mills in the championship after last week's incident very early on in the race with, who was it, Sniper Boy Hart, I think it was. Or the two certainly were eliminated at the same time, whether it or not it was against each other. It wasn't caught on the screen, but looks like he's setting a decent lap so far, Jay Wills. Confident driver, doing really well in the championship. Seems to show week on week that he's got what it takes. Ryan Mills, by the way, puts himself on top. Can't discount the fact that he's been in the top 3, I think the last 3, 4, 5 races maybe on the trot now. So he's shown why he should be up there time and time again. But we'll see Jay Wills come round the final corner up to the line to put himself back in that spot. A 103.9. That's a very, very sharp lap around there. He's going to be really happy and confident with that. I thought 103s might just be enough today to be the very, very fastest. Sniper Boy Hearts out. Crash Gaming out. JB Bowie, we'll jump on board with him. He was 5th last week. Sorry if I'm missing things on the track, and there was reasoning behind them. Looking up and down at notes constantly. I apologise, it's been a while since I've been on, but here we go with the racing point of JB Bowie. He's gone out. Let's see what he can do with his first attempt. We can see on track that Jay Wills is he coming to the pits. No, he isn't. He's just going to finish off. No, he did pull him. He did pull him. Seeing if he was going to stay out for a second one, or a third, should I say. JB Bowie coming up to Worth Corner, turn 7 in sector 3. Flat out, just starts to go back down in gradient as you go around that corner. You don't get loads and loads of grips, but a lot of weight on the front tyres as they're going around that final effort before you can just release the car entirely. And he is P8 on the mediums with a 105.8. Maybe it's the strategy that he's going for there, and it could be the one on the day. A little bit about strategies. You can go soft medium. You're looking at about 14 laps on the softs, 22 on the medium. Rathbone is out lap, so he might just be letting people pass. That maybe why he's on the side there. Mazzles, he's shown plenty of pace. He was 7th. He is 7th in the championship. He was 3rd last week in Spa, so he might be looking to get up there again this week. Well, of course he will be, but we shall see. Jay Wills still at the top. The only person a sub 134 will let anybody do that. Ryan Mills back on his out lap now as we come round the final 2 corners with Mazzles. Can he keep it on track? Yes, he does. Uses all of the curb. And no. Did you de-invalidate there? Did I miss that invalidation, or did you just not get the time on it? But he's unless that was an out lap. So we can see where others are. Coming around the last corner. That's an invalidation for Matt Warner. Ryan Mills currently on a lap. Can he re-get the top spot? Weather looks a little bit dark and hazy. Whether or not that's going to make a difference. Purple sector for Ryan Mills does look pretty sharp there. Jump on board with him as he comes across the last 2 corners. A little tiny dab on the brakes, about 50 yards out, and get that smooth run around the corner. Takes the last 2, not bad. Soon gets on the accelerator in the 5th, 6th, 7th, as quick as he can up to 8th gear, and he does get his P1. That is with 9 minutes left, of course, but 103.8. I think I've just seen Gautier left alone. Was it him that moved? Someone moved a little bit further down with a decent lap there as well. Trying to have my eyes all over the screen at the moment. Let's have a look who's on laps. Hedgehog, he's coming around sector 2. Hedgehog 4th in the championship. However, I believe he was one of the casualties at the drastic corners of Spa last week. To the hands of Hedgehog. DRS Open, puts himself in P6 with a 104.699. Only 2 still to go, sub 104. I think that's a solid lap, sub 104. Really, really solid lap, especially in the conditions. Look, the sun's not completely out and shining, albeit that it's a dry track. Still on board with Hedgehog. Matt Warner in the pits. He hasn't yet set a lap. He will be coming back out. Mazzles is going in after not setting a lap. Big Ben. Can't remember. Can he set lap ends on the track? Maybe he hasn't. So everybody slowly coming in. Let's have a little jump on track to see who is out and about and ready. Reverend Melvin. Let's have a look at the Reverend. A little bit on Reverend. I mean, he reserved in this race last year, Reverend. He came 6th in the race last year when reserving. So he eventually went to get on his full-time seat in the Williams this season. So well done him. Slowing right down there. Not sure why. He's just getting out of the way, I believe. There's that JJ Cod Vickers. He's just started a fresh lap. Is Murphy in front as well on a hot lap? This might have been a bad shout. He's have to back off. Oh, because he's on an out lap, that's okay. From my mouth. Is Murphy on a lap though? He's on an out lap as well. Look at Matt Warner, Mazzles. 7 minutes to go. Cod on an out lap. He's around the other side of the track. Looks like he's coming in the pits. Murphy's on an out lap. Not much going on track. We'll follow Murphy on an out lap. See what he's going to do with his next attempt. See whether he can better his 104.664. The championship as it looks, Ryan Mills is in the lead with 175. Underneath, Jay Wills 168. Big Ben is in third. Bex Pro, that's 155. Hedgehog jumps a little bit further down. This was 124 points. Gautier Lefalon and Murphy close with a 179 and a 76 respectively. Mazzles with 73. LY at 59 points and Sniper Boy on 59 points in 8th and 9th. MFC Harvey with 57 just below him. In the in the constructors, Mercedes are winning the top spot currently. They have 826 points. Ferrari with 680 below them. Quite a bit of a drop. So Mercedes doing bits, as I have said once before. Racing Point in third, 658 points. Alfa Romeo with 649. AlphaTauri with pardon me, 645 points. Renault underneath, 639. McLaren, 562. Red Bull, 560. Williams with 535. And 10th is Haas with 417, which is a big step, almost double up to Mercedes at the top. So big variation in the grid, despite only little chunks being into driver. CRL Murphy comes into the pits. Who are we looking about on track? Reverend Melvin is in third. He's put himself third with a 104.594. He's just dropped to the side. Oof, a little bit of a jockeying out position from the Racing Point coming in behind. As with 5 minutes to go, we're going to see everybody start popping back out on track for something new. So let's see who is coming around where. That's someone in the last corner. Here we go. Mazzles has not yet set a time. What's he going to do? Is that Big Ben behind him? Mazzle, he has now put himself in P7. With a 104.655. Big Ben high up in the championship. What's going on here? He sets a purple sector 1. See if he can put himself a time down. Jay Wills 103.7 is currently at the top of the table. Ryan Mills with a 103.884. Reverend Melvin third, JJ Cod Vickers 104.6. So although a few tenths behind these top three, and that seems to be the case in the championship points as well. But the difference is Reverend Melvin and Big Ben are the ones that have interchanged positions. He's still on a lap. What is he going to come out with? I have 1 minute. Third, there we go. Ryan Mills, Jay Wills, Big Ben, our top three in the constructors. Jay Wills, Ryan Mills, Big Ben are the top three in Austria. That might be a big shout to why that is the case. A pretty big shout in that direction as well. What is going on here? A yellow flag in the background. Maybe there's someone's had a bump. There is a yellow flag. And there it is. Did you just see that one there? Someone pirouetting round as that Hedgehog has got into some trouble in Sector 2. So that is going to be his lap over with. Has he got enough juice in there to go again? Will he have time to go in and then come back out on a hot lap? Probably. I think that's what he's going to do. Just going to have a few looks around the track. Greg's Gaming Centre, he's on a lap, and we've got some coming round here. The McLaren of JJ Cord, oh, he's in the pits, so it must be Ghost Angel 1. And he goes better, puts himself into P11 with a 104.7. Lots of people in the pits now. Hey up. Here we go. We've just seen Mr. Fergs join the party.
Hello, my friend.
Hello, mate. How we doing? Yeah, good.
Yeah, man.
Good.
Fantastic.
Very, very good. Oh, well.
Glad to be here, man. Glad to be here.
Get in.
Fill me in. What have I missed?
Well, what you've missed is that it was that the top three on the whole grid, the constructors, Ryan Mills, Jay Wills and Big Ben were all at the top, but JB Bowie's just stuck a 104.4 to take the third spot in this race, but the top ones are firm in their position. Right across the track, really, there's been some pretty impressive laps. Two of them have gone a sub 104, which I think is not bad in Academy at all around here.
It's actually 103.7. I mean, he's well into the 3 second mark. So very, very good lap from Jay Wills. I hope he is on. It says on my count he is on a 2 lap old set of softs. So yeah, don't want to be doing too many laps on them because the first strat is the soft medium. At some point in the race, you will be sad about your tyre wear. Let's just say that. So.
Yes, soft medium is that fair to say? Is that what you go for around here?
I think that would, I suppose if you have to be somewhat kind to the tyres. A soft hard is doable, as in like equal pace towards the end, just because the mediums drop off quite severely towards the end. However, you know, given this track with the close racing and everything like that, you're likely to see a VSC or two, maybe a safety car, will really help the softness.
Yeah, absolutely, yeah. And that could be the difference, actually. We shall see, though. Right. Was it 1 second lap difference-ish, soft to medium, would you say?
The gap's not as big as some tracks, let's just say that. I think it'll be around the 8-10. But I mean, if you're seeing any drivers on mediums making it competitive times, yeah, it's a straight up hats off, because it may say 6/10 difference, but you need to be aware of slightly different braking points, slightly different traction zones. Everything is slightly different, so unless you're really used to the medium hot lap, probably wouldn't suggest it.
Yeah, as it happens on stream there, I've just had a little look at the fitted tyres, and the best tyres are soft, just completely all over the park. So they are all they're all on softs. Nobody's going to have a go at the medium first. Murphy didn't better his lap. Mazzles has put himself in P9, 104.655. He's just finished his lap, jumping on board with Hedgehog. Unfortunately, he's going to invalidate his lap, but he's going to presumably have enough. He's going to get past the line in time. He has, so he is just by the skin of his teeth got another go at this. So he's going to be the last to finish. JJ Codvick is already out in the McLaren. He's going to be on his hot lap. He's backed off. He's made a mistake. He's not happy with that lap, so that's that lap over. Who's this coming around the corner there? Murphy, is he pulling back in the pits? Yeah, he's had his hot lap, so he didn't have any more juice to have another go. That's disabled JB Bowie. Oh, he's on 4 laps of his softness.
Yeah, he has done a lot. It's what I was initially quite worried about, but his ERS wouldn't suggest that, would it?
Yeah, that's true.
Go for another one.
unless he's set a time and just come out and scrubs, just wants to have a few laps, maybe. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean it's possible, but 5 laps on that set. I mean,
well, yeah, on that set, either way, yeah.
Hopefully it's not the tyre he starts with. But yeah, I think that is most of the qualifying done, as we see Hedgehog sticking at P4. Very good lap from him.
No, that's it right round. Just having a look around to see if anybody else was setting a time there. No, so Jay Wills takes the top spot with a 103.7. Solid lap. Ryan Mills, obviously less than a 10th. Another pretty big one, or just about a 10 with a 103.884. Still very good. Jimmy Bowie, very good. 104.1. Really, everyone 1.5 is very, very, very strong laps there. Foot and a half. So you've got to be happy with that. We'll wait until we get back round, but that is your qualifying done in Austria at the Red Bull Ring for race number 8. That is the qualifying done. Obviously, you've seen a few of the previous races. Is there anyone you've got your eye on today? Anybody in particular that you've been impressed by?
Well, looking at the standings, of course, you know, BX37 Pro, i.e. Big Ben, i.e. Ben. He is always someone to look out for, especially in that P6 position. He will be, well, speak to him somewhat regularly, and you know, he lets me know how important this championship is to him. So he will have eyes glued, I assume, to P1, even though he's in P6. Nice. So you know, he will be flying through the pack as quickly as possible, hopefully cleanly. So
love that.
Ben is definitely someone to look out for in the start of this race.
He's shown time and time again, to be honest, that is the case. But we'll see again if this is going to be his day. The two Ferraris in Tier 3 now currently, Kogataz and Tomo Tip Top, they were both in this race last season. So they are now teammates in Tier 3. They both raced and they were first and third respectively, which might say why they went up. Kogataz also lovely. Probably a shout out to him, by the way. He got promoted and he's now currently third in Tier 3. So he's doing absolutely brilliantly.
I'm currently on the grid, so I don't know what to do here. Shall I go round and go in the pits?
Yes, yeah.
I've ended the race. Boys, I'm in. I'm only kidding. I'm going to retire.
Yeah.
That's what I should do though, right?
Yeah.
Or should I retire right now?
Oh, no.
You don't want to retire on the formation lap, do you? Because it bugs out the game.
I'm not sure.
What I'm going to do...
You better start the race, just drive around.
I'm going to start the race.
Yeah.
Like 5 seconds behind everyone else.
Yeah.
And then just make my way to the pits.
Yes, please.
Oh, but Pheasant, I haven't got a setup. No.
PMU.
What turn of events, eh?
Oh, wowza. Yeah, that is. Yeah.
I hope none of the drivers think I'm here for the race. I don't want to be distracting them in any way, shape, or form. So it's straight up apologies.
What might happen is some of them might get starstruck with you being in the race there, might get a little bit of nerves, feel like they have to impress as a Tier 1 driver comes in.
I really hope not. I mean, I feel awful as it is.
No, jokes. You'll be fine. These mistakes happen from time to time. It's no big deal, I'm sure.
Oh my God.
At least you started at the very back. And it didn't have a glitch where someone actually ended up behind you.
Imagine. Oh, God. It's a bit surreal for me right now. Just hop off for comms. But Era Voice's very nice league. Straight into CRA. Skip the qualifying. But anyway, on the out formation lap, I did witness from the back of the pack. I believe Sniper Boy, Missy Joy
did, yeah.
They had a bit of a contact, so they will be starting on extremely cold tyres. I'm going to have the best view of the house.
Yeah. I wish I had your view. Yeah. Should we jump on board with you for the start?
Jump on. I'm like the roaming the camera. You know what I mean? I just need to be if I'm a lap down, I'm constantly ghosted, so I'll provide some great footage. No, let's not be ridiculous now. So we jump on board with P1, man. Good luck to the start. I'm not going to be able to see the start, sadly.
No, I'll give you a shout. I'm sure you can see the lights of 2, 3, 4, 5 lights. 5 lights are on. Ooh, it was a late one and they're away. J Wills at the start, and it looks like there's a car gone sideways straight off the bat. It's got the start all wrong. It's the Alfa Romeo seemed to go flying right and hit somebody. Looks like Greg's Game Centre has been amongst some of the drama. As we look at everybody jockeying position at the end of the first corner, is everybody else all right? There's absolute carnage at the back of the pack. Going to slide back further and further down as we see there's been people involved in quite a lot. Ferg obviously dropping back, but Greg's Game Centre's got a problem. The Renault doesn't look like he's got any damage, but Ghost Angel 1 right there, way back. Safety car has came out, however, because of the amount of carnage in before turn 1 had even started. That at least gives Ferg a chance to get his car around and chill out before he's back on comms. We might even need your footage for these stewards.
Do you know what? All I could see there was a lot of wing damage. I could see a Racing Point end play. This was stuck up most, and a bit of Renault end play as well. I assume that's Ghost.
We're having a good look at end plays there. Yeah, Racing Point of Matt Warner. His front left wing is gone. He's trying to keep looking everyone going around that corner. Yeah, that looks like the Renault front left's gone. Ghost Angel 1, yes, he did get damage. And back up to the top with J Wills as they are going to race. No, they're not going to trickle round to the safety car that's in the middle of sector 1. Just about to start.
Looks like my sorry to interrupt you, mate, but my teammate is pitting, so I'll be double stacking here, losing a lot of time. Actually. Nice and safe.
Yeah, that's how bad this was. Safety car all round. There's a few that have jumped in. Ghost Angel 1, Mishy Joy. Rathbo is in the pits. Sniper Hart is in the pits. So we'll go higher up in the race.
Oh no!
What?
Get in the box! Oh no! Like, because I was double stacked, I was blocking the Red Bull's exit. God's sake. Alright, so I'm out the race, guys. It's all good.
Well done, you.
Jesus Christ. Oh, that's carnage. Right, let me get into a commentary mode.
Right, give yourself a second. Well done, well raced today. How'd you feel? How'd you feel it went for you?
To be honest, terrible start. Reaction times are awful. About 4 seconds off the lights. So really need to work on that, to be honest. Wow. Out on lap 1.
Somehow you still had a better first lap than half the pack, from what we've seen on the stream. It was this.
Let me have a look back on the stream. Actually, I do want to see.
There was definitely the Alfa Romeo I seen go tragically right, but it looked like it was straight off the start. So I don't know if they've lost control off the start, or there was a little tap from behind or something. I think it was Alfa Romeo. Please forgive me if I'm wrong there. By the way, everybody in the chat, feel free to jump in. I'm just going to have a little check of the chat in a second. Sorry. I'll have a chance to go and have a look in there. In fact, actually, Ferg, when you get a chance, I'll jump in the chat and see what's going down.
So what it looks like is the Alfa Romeo just didn't move off the line.
Right.
So the Renault, in his attempt to get out of the way, has tried to swerve to his left, but obviously there's no movement from the Alfa Romeo driver, so the Renault just smashes into the back of him, which inadvertently sends the Alfa Romeo car flying across the track straight into the Red Bull. That was just
so you can see,
to say the least.
Yeah. And you can see that at the side of the grid on the left-hand side, Rathbo, Ghost Angel 1 in that Renault that we were talking about, who looks like he's gone in the back of him by the sounds, if that's what's gone down. So just to keep everybody back up to pace, Mishy Joy just coming around turn number for this slash gold, the downhill section, and then we have that sweeper left-hander of Raunch, and then the start of sector 3. Looks like, because all the cars are pretty bunched now, barring the back two, who have just given themselves a little bit of a... Oh no, they're bunching right up. So, is it coming in this lap? Has anybody seen that? I think the drivers will have seen that, but I can't say I've seen it. Oh, JJ because here we go again. We had similar instances and similar chats between the stewards recently about this very thing. Another interesting one on the day. Safety cars in. Cars are out. J Wills with a pretty fair start all round. He's just literally dipped it and gone, hasn't he?
Great start.
Yeah.
Already pulled a half 10 gap, which Ryan Mills, of course, will be looking to pull down as quickly as possible to come down onto what I would call the main DRS straight off the track. Hedgehog right up to the back of the Ferrari, as is the Racing Point a little bit further back. Great start from Bowie. Where did he start? Oh, sorry, I thought
he's all right, yeah.
Yeah, never mind. He has had a consistent start at least. He only lost one place. Keeping going as we fall back down further the grid as we see Harvey and the Alfa Romeo of Mazzles go side by side into turn 4. Oh, the Alfa Romeo gets pushed a little bit wide, but he still was able to keep going. Not too bad. I think Williams has also pounced on that as well. So
Raffbo on the inside of Sniper Boy Hart. That's a perfect little. Oh, look at that! Wow, Raffbo, well done, son. Oh, he's gone a little bit wide on there. Sniper Boy can't quite get it done. That was a lovely little move. Just got the inside of the corner, kept the toe down. Both drivers did very, very well. Looks like there's a little bit, nearly contact between JJ Codvickers and Raffbo. We stay on board. Raffbo's gone wide. That might have cost him time. Now he's gone to the inside. He's going to get the move done, you would have thought. He's got his overtake open. ERS firmly open. He pushes JJ Codvickers very wide and near the wall. It was a bit naughty, but JJ has been able to keep it. Sniper Boy has a little look at him, and he's going to get past before turn 2. The side to side seems to have so much movement.
It really does, isn't it? So JJ Codvickers go through there, 4 wheels on the grass and managed to keep it in a straight line. Very, very good stuff. It's so much harder than you think, especially on probably a slightly colder set of hard tyres, as the Ferrari now has an interest. As I look around the outside of turn 4, fantastic move from Crash Gaming there, nice and clean. And the hard runner of JJ Codvickers falling a lot of places.
Has he
very
got
unfortunate for him.
Yeah, he has. He's not got. Yeah, front. Is it, oh no, he hasn't. He hasn't.
Oh no, I think he does. I think it's just the difference between the hards and the softs at the moment. Right. Such a big difference in terms of pace, but we all know at the end of the race, JJ Codvickers will be the one laughing, as he will most likely be taking the soft tyres. You know, when the track's a little bit more rubbered in, when they've got less fuel, so probably have more advantage. But right now, it's a bit of a sitting duck.
Yeah, we've just seen some penalty at the bottom of our screen again. I think it was JJ Codvickers has been in a penalty. Just going to go back a couple of spaces. Greg's Gibbs said having a look at Matt Warner. Not going to get it done. Tyres on the left-hand side. MFC Harvey is on mediums. 5 laps of them. Sniper Boy Hart also on the mediums. We see again Crash Gaming getting into a little battle side by side with JJ Codvickers, who looks like he's going to send it on the inside on the hards. Going to be hard for him to get around this next corner, but he's made the turn. That's great. He's gone deep at the corner. He's going to try and go for the undercut. They're side to side one more time. That's Crash with a lovely turn there again. Has some wheels on the grass. Crash get off the grass. That nearly cost him, but he's taken that corner relatively well. On the inside, we still see, is there a racing point? On the inside of JJ Cod was the contact. What a view this is, by the way, over the top.
Wow,
Love
look at
that.
This. Amazing stuff from these drivers here. So at the exit of turn 4, Crash Gaming having the absolute switchback of dreams on the exit, giving himself an extremely good run. Matt Warner following nice and close behind, says thank you very much, and steals P13 off the hard tyre runner. Can he do anything back coming up to turn 3? We all know how powerful the ERS and the slipstream can be when applied at the same time, so don't expect that move to be done as Matt is going for it.
Mazzles, he has managed to make it stick with Raffbo in the end. These are having a lovely little fight, by the way, because they're just switching positions. Great little battle. Yeah, absolutely. The battle in there is lovely to watch. DRS Train City, I believe someone referred to in the group, and it's not looking a million miles off. As we see on the right-hand side track, there's sort of little bunches. The first 2 have got a little bit of a gap. Then there's a little separated 3, 4, 5, and then 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 are all pretty bunched, and so forth. A little bit of a gap to Sniper Boy, but then another little bunch up again from there. Oh, there's been a problem in Sector 2.
Oh, is that the Red Bull?
It looked like the Red Bull. He's just tucked in behind.
Rough damage. Yep, his wing is not looking very good.
Yeah, he's coming into the pits. He's made the right decision. He's jumped in. So that's going to be costly. But at this point on lap 8, what do you think? You go on hards at this point? See it out?
Definitely.
You could do it on hards, I think. Yeah, I think lap 8 you could do hards.
You can definitely do it on hards.
I mean, it's 28 laps, like.
really what's going on. He is, yeah, he's going on the hard compound. So he were looking to continue this right to the end of the race, regarding there's no rain, and out there is in the glorious Austrian sunshine on the track right now. Absolutely beautiful.
Oh, Crash Gaiman was on the soft side. Oh, Crash has lost it. Oh. Crash, no. Oh, that's a huge crash. Oh, I feel sorry for him, you know. He had the soft tyres. He was alongside whoever it was in the hards. He had the move done. Don't hit the wall too hard, Crash. It's going to be too late. Oh, he's desperately unlucky there. Desperately unlucky. Big Ben struggling today at the top of the championship. Virtual safety cars being deployed because of Crash's misfortune there. It looks like there was a little bit of a contact with tyres. Don't know who it was that he was alongside, to be perfectly honest, at the time. Was it Greg? Possibly someone around there? I don't know. But
I didn't actually see it. I just come back onto it when he was in a mid-spin. So
yeah, he
very
was
unfortunate for him. I mean, he was looking very good, wasn't he? He was making some very good aerial things. Great battles, to be honest. Like, he was getting overtaken, then overtaking, and constantly. So I mean, I don't think he's had a lap to himself yet. So I mean, given that sense, I mean, very good. He's made it to lap 9, but of course, desperately unlucky. He has now got a bit, and he will probably be in the back of the pack.
Just having a little look, we were on board with Matt Horner there, racing again. There's people all over the shop, but it's Remus, that turn 2. It's so hard because you're going uphill quite swiftly as soon as you made the corner. There's just nothing underneath the car in the first place. You have to be so light on that throttle to get yourself up to speed, or that the nose tends to turn onto the inside of the bend, especially with that little dip in the road. It's so easy to turn that nose into the inside, and it's certainly, if you've got your toe down a bit too much, it can multiply that problem. As MUFC Harvey with a 3-second time penalty there for multiple ones on track. Unfortunate for him, but we can see again there's little gaps here, there and everywhere. CRL Murphy is being chased by Mazzles.
Ryan Mills on a mission to prove everyone this is my championship. See you later.
He's not wrong. You're not wrong one bit. It does look that way, doesn't he? After last week having that perfect opportunity in Spa, after Will's taking a tumble very, very early doors in the race, and obviously with so many DNFs, he's just thought, right, there's that many people not going to get points today, and then he's going to pop it on top and win it, and with the fastest lap as well. So he got 41 points last week. Brian Mills, that's not bad going.
Still, yeah, top of the championship, 9-second gap. So looking very, very, very good right now. There can never be a criticism when you're 9 seconds in the lead. However, if I was Ryan Mills, there would be one thing on my mind that would be scaring me every single time I turn the wheel, and that is a safety car. Just knowing you have a gap like that, and then it gets diminished by a safety car bringing the pack in. For me, it just, oh my god, it makes me so nervous. I do not like it. So I'm going to only assume Ryan Mills is just thinking, okay, cool, got 10-second leads, what can ruin me now? Probably one of the only things is a safety car, so hoping everyone keeps it clean, I believe.
With a short track as well, like Austria, I tend to find that focus and concentration levels come in so much in the final sort of 5-10 laps, where because you've done the same move over and over and over and over again, sometimes you can just presume that natural muscle memory just takes you around the corner and that you don't think about the corner anymore, and that can be the death of you pretty quickly as well, because it's just that slight second of misconcentration around here, because it's such a quick track. You can get found out quite quick, but if you've got your head on it, it is one of them tracks where you can impress yourself on the day, definitely.
And I tell you what, that is so true. Going through that penultimate corner, it can just be one of those things, you can hit it 35 times absolutely beautifully, but one little slip, a meter too early turning in or late, and that is your race absolutely done. So you really need to stay concentrated. As I'm rolling ball with Mazzles as he was close enough to MUFC Harvey, but having a very, very dodgy last corner, which has allowed Jay Wills to send up the inside to turn 1. Oh, they go. Mercedes had the move there, but of course as the corner opens out, he pushes him wide a little bit, as now we see the two Alfa Romeo teammates duking it out side by side. Mazzle's braking later, he will claim the corner. Murphy, I think, cutting it a little bit, but hopefully that wasn't a warning for him, so we all know how painfully annoying it is.
Yeah, well, that was another thing I was sort of getting at as well with when we were talking about the times when people go around there. If concentration level, should I say. All it takes is just to leak one corner, and if that's the warning that gives you the 3 seconds, that is the difference. You know, it could be the difference on such a short track between, as we can see now, third and seventh, isn't it? Yeah, it's a podium, it's a 7th spot. Is that 3 second penalty? It's, that's harsh. So you need to keep your head on it. 36 laps.
So important to highlight. So important as our academy drivers run on the strict qualifying, which is just great to see. Great to see that there's no, not the greatest in terms of pace. Everyone's still learning their trade, but learning on the hardest game settings is obviously the way to go. Big respect to everyone in here.
Yeah, absolutely. It's the perfect platform to do it. So it's literally what you're designed to do in the academies. Have a test of all this and try what you want. See where you want to get to. I think if I would have preferred to start it earlier with no traction. Now that I've had so much time on it, I'm feeling more confident. Sort of once you get used to no traction, it feels the same as medium traction. It's just it just takes time. It just takes time, so that the margins are then exactly the same as what they were before. It's just that you're a much more accomplished driver for the control of your ability to control a car. I think it does pay dividends, and as we all know, the times are usually reflective of that. So fair play for anyone having a go. Yeah, I completely agree. Where are you looking on the track at the moment?
I'm currently on board with Hedgehog, who is 5 tenths behind Jamie Brown, Bowie being in P8. Nothing to. They haven't. Hedgehog hasn't really been able to close up per se, but judging by this, I'm keeping an eye on Bowie's ERS. He is down to less than 10%. Hedgehog is cruising with over 50. He's using a little bit now to catch up. However, very clean driving from Hedgehog. I'm just wondering when he's gonna, break the mold and actually go for a move here. Both of them, in fact, I think because of the lack of battling, really catching up to Murphy here and sniping ahead. So.
Yeah, Murphy actually is just behind Sniper Boy. He just had a little tap of the back of Sniper Boy. I don't think it was enough to cause him any damage, but it was Remus just turned 2. He was a little bit sharp into it on the brake, but them two have again gone side by side multiple times now, from what I can see on the side of the race. Yeah, so
brilliant.
It's class. It's absolutely class. Great race. Big Ben and JJ Configures. Big Ben will be looking for so much more today, but unfortunately, this is an unforgiving track if you do have problems. Who's just gone in the pit there? Ryan Mills, our current race leader, has gone into the pits. Jay Mills takes the top spot, so he's just on his way out now. It looks like he's on mediums.
Oh, so Ryan Mills, another slight problem for him. That would be too much of a problem anyway, but just coming back into the field, into the middle of the pack, is never ideal for anyone, especially when they're on maybe a different compound, or they're on. He goes straight through the racing point.
The racing point's gone. Who's that?
That was Matt Warner.
Was it?
If I'm not mistaken, I reckon Matt. I think he's a lap down, so that meant Ryan could go through him to lap him. But by going through him, it looked like it might have put Matt off a little bit. And just like you were saying, coming out of turn 3, the traction, you've got to tread so lightly, and it looks like he's just accidentally put a little bit too much foot down. It's very
turn
unlucky.
Yeah, actually, sorry, you're dead right. Yeah, turn 3 is Remus. I think I'd referred to the 2 as Remus before. There's turn 3. Yeah. Turn 2 is actually just as you're going up the hill, isn't it? Towards turn 3.
So if you look at the track map, see where the DRS activation zone is, or like what the end of sector 1. That's basically that turn.
Yeah, the yellow sign. We're just going under on screen there. That Pirelli sign. That's the turn there. Just that little left chink before you hit 2.
Believe it or not, I believe GT3 cars have to lift the tiniest little bit going through them.
Oh, really?
It might be another grouping of cars, but very shocking fact. Someone told me how easily an F1 car can take it. However, Matt is just he's so unfortunate for me. I'm still on board with him. He is just getting swamped by everyone now, and I think he just wants to stay out of people's way, but he still wants to race. which is obviously what we want to see, but it's just very unfortunate. He's just,
it's such a short lap, so I mean, you know, inevitably that can happen. Maybe a safety car is what we need just to help him bump it all back together. JB Bowie with the Williams of Sniper Boy in behind. He had a little bit of a look, Sniper Boy there. Oh no, he didn't. He got on the inside because he's going in the pits himself. JB Bowie, or Jack Bowie, I think I've seen him, is his actual name, Jack. So let's refer to him by that. Or just Bowie, whatever he wants to call him.
Is our P1 man now.
Let's have a little look at the tyres on the right.
He has made a stop. Ooh, so J Wills, was that with the early undercut?
Yeah, I think what it was is it is. He went on the hards quite early.
He pit on the VSC, didn't he?
Yeah.
IQ 300, I tell you that. So Ryan now actually has a bit of work to cut 5 seconds. I mean, he's on the superior tyre compound of the medium tyres, and of course they are fresher. However, 5 seconds is no mean feat, especially on a track like this.
He's just cut in fairness, he's just done half a second in that time that you were saying.
Yep, it's falling even more.
Yeah, he is. He's getting about a tenth every few corners, and that's probably about right, isn't it? To be honest, in the difference in the compounds. So every few corners in 10 corners, even if it's just a fraction, a tenth in 10 corners, is of course is still a second. There's 10 corners, so if you can get a second a lap, then there's all day long to get that done. Even if it's less than that, he's got all day long at 18. We're only halfway, actually exactly halfway now in the race. 18 laps of 36. Been playing darts recently, so I've had time to practice some maths.
Absolutely.
Where we are?
So Dragon, if you're dragging in the chat about just asking about Matt Warner. Did you see what initially happened to him? I didn't quite see it, but he basically had a spin when the leader was passing through his ghost. I guess at turn 3, so we all know how difficult that is.
Yeah, I wonder if he's just saying on the DNF. I presume he pulled in and DNF'd. I haven't seen him out on track anymore, so I think he's just called it a day. Yeah, Hedgehog with 8 laps of hards. He is currently just over half a second behind JB Bowie, who is probably worth shouting, by the way. He's pushing up there, 5th last week, after a sort of late join into this season, but he's doing well. Certainly having a show of his talents in the first few races, which is good. Up there with J Wills and Ryan Mills. The big hitter at the moment is Big Ben. He's on 12 lap all hards and 9th spot. So he's got a lot of work to do from there, really, to finish this race off. Yeah, it's a hell of a lot of laps, that. So I think that he'd probably come in, unless he comes into on the softs and tries to finish this with a bit of pace, and that could be a big one. See whether or not he's got time to get back up the field. He needs to leave himself time.
For him,
is it right? Okay. Damage limitation.
Looking at the penalties of the other drivers, I mean, half the grid doing absolutely fantastically to receive a single 3-second penalty. I haven't quite checked all the individual warnings, but if this, me on this track at this point, I've got at least 5 warnings. So, I mean, very good stuff from top 6 anyway. All penalty lists so far. So let's see if they can keep that going. Hope they can.
Yeah, really good to see at the top of the field. That very, very good. I'd love to see one where everybody could get around faultless. That would be a pretty special one.
But on a high warning track.
Yeah,
Mexico.
absolutely.
Imagine the Academy in Mexico, no penalties. Oh my God!
It would
the scenes.
It'd speak volumes to the rest of the tiers, really. That I don't think you would ever see it in any other tier. That's impossible.
Yeah. Especially with the tier 1 lads sending it every 2 years.
Yes, I've seen a little bit of the conversations around tier 1, and it's what would you say? Is it competitive? Is that the right word to describe it? High competition. Everyone wants to win. It all means a lot to everyone. Everyone wants that top spot.
Probably the only word to describe tier 1 is competitive, especially in qualifying. If you make any sort of mistake, you lose 2 tenths, you're losing about 10 positions. So.
Yeah. Well, we've seen that in Tier 2 as well. I have to say, Tier 2 that was especially the case. I think I went a tenth quicker. Was it 3 tenths? Yeah, 3 tenths quicker, and that was about 4 or 5 spots as well in the middle of the pack. It was just crazy. I love how
the admins, Jacob, Nathan, BC, have brought in so many drivers that are just so close to each other, and not only that, are just so clean, and not only that, so nice.
Yeah, it is.
Everyone's just so great.
Yeah. It is. It's in a really good place. Really, really good place at the moment. Got to be happy, haven't we? Got to be happy. So, Mazzles has the DRS, is now inside DRS with Gautier Lefalon. Bearing in mind he's 13.5 seconds behind our top 4. That won't make a difference if any of them do still have to come in. Ooh, Mazzles did just show what can happen around that first corner. If you're going a little bit too quick, you have to dab the brakes late in the corner, and that can sometimes get hold of the front tyre. Looks like he's almost allowed him to pass, knowing that he was on the bedded compound there, as he left sufficient room on the inside. Not sure what he did there for Gautier Lefalon, but it's done anyway. Mazzles is in front. Gautier behind him.
So, like you just said, he may have let him through there. It could maybe be a smart move, because Gautier will know up ahead they are on the same compound as him. However, Mazzle's on fresher mediums. If Gautier can just stay within that 1 second every half a lap, he will get that crucial DRS, which will just literally sail him up into the front runner. So this could be a genius move from Gautier here, as long as he can stay with him, of course.
Yeah, agree entirely. Sometimes it is less beneficial to fight than it is to let someone through as well, certainly if it's on a straight like that, because you don't have to affect your own time, and let's be honest, you alone, if you've got a worse strategy, or, well, not necessarily a strategy, sorry, worse tyre, and you know that the chances are that you're only going to lose time by fighting, then why bother? Keep your time on the people in behind, as you have rightly said. Although MUFC Harvey's just gone flying past Gautier as well. He's on 4 laps of hards to Gautier's 12, but he's got it done, as you can see on screen. MUFC Harvey moves into 6th position at the top of the field. A bit further down, CRL Murphy and Greg's Game Centre, are they alongside each other? Yes, they are. Murphy bakes much later, and Murphy is going on his holidays. Don't know where he's off. There, late break, misses the break spot entirely. And Greg is away.
Sorry, Dan, whilst you were on board as well, I think the Williams of Reverend Melvin had gotten past Gautier, like you saw, but then going back into turn 4, Gautier just absolutely sends it, and not a dangerous send as well. It was very, very nice, calm and collected. A little bit of wheel banging, which sent the Williams slightly wide, but they're both facing the right way. Ooh!
There's nearly contact between the very two that you're talking about. Reverend has managed to sling it to the right of him and then get back in front as well. Reverend on the mediums. Oh, that's a bad idea, I would have said, by Gautier, to go on the inside there with the hards. He wasn't going to be alongside him for the turn. Just sit behind and get as good a launch as you can, although he's got the DRS here. But that little mistake that I'm just referring to there, if he'd set off from that corner just behind, he gets that done. Oh, who's that? Oh, MFC Harvey has come from nowhere, trying to go flying past Gautier. He's got in front of him. There was contact with Reverend. What is going on?
I apologise, Dan. I believe it was MUFC Harvey and Gautier that were battling at this exact corner on the last lap, and it was the Gautier that sent the Mercedes a little bit wide, which allowed the Haas to come back. But this time around, it looks like the Mercedes got it done. But the Haas is not letting this go. Can he stick it around the out? Oh, it's the Mercedes shuts the door. He goes on the inside.
These two are having some lovely bit of racing. There's someone in behind just about a profit, and that's Big Ben. He's got a good look at them. This is our 3rd place in the championship. He's got a lovely look at them. Lovely look at them. But some great racing side by side, giving the respect all the same. Oh, hello, Williams. Was that the... Who's just lost? Oh, no, the Alpha Tauri it is. And it's Big Ben.
And Smoker Boy.
The Alpha Tauri of Big Ben.
He's got a bit of damage on his right.
Big Ben has front right, has lost the end plate in front right, still goes past the Haas with DRS after the turn 1. He's going to keep it in turn 2 by the looks of it, and then just sharp right hand. It's going to be hard now though. His downforce is going to be really poor, and the Haas of course has had a good look at that, and he's going to be alongside him again in a second. I don't think he can keep him off with only that one wing. He's going to make a change now, come in on the softs and really have a go for it, Big Ben. I think that might be a shout, because there's still 8 laps to go in this race. I think that's quite a while to be struggling on like that. And of course, there's a lot of this track is right-handed. It's a right-handed circuit in the main, and it's going to be his right-hand side that he's going to have the worst downforce on. So it's...
as we see Ryan and Jay Wills going side by side for the lead of the race. Ryan Mills on the fresher mediums. He's going to send it up the inside into turn 3. Can Jay Wills hang around the outside? I think he's smartly better of it. But has Ryan Mills smartly done the over? Has he got the DRS? Who's got the DRS? Oh, Mercedes has the DRS. So
Mercedes got it. He's going to have all opportunity to just chuck it on the inside as the corner comes. Is he going to do it? Yes, he is going to do it.
No contact.
Very well done to the Mercedes of Jay Wills there. I think Jay Wills mid-corner had to dab on the brakes to make sure there was no contact, and that was all it took for Ryan Mills' momentum to take it back in front of the Mercedes. But very fair driving from Jay Wills there. I'll give him a bit credit there. I think he just avoided the contact in the end, although he was on the inside and he deserved to be there. He just couldn't quite turn as fast with him being on the hard tyres again. Different compound, pretty tough to get it to stick in the hards around that type of corner.
Absolutely, especially 15 lap old hards. They probably won't feel the greatest. But crucially, if Jay Wills is able to just stick to the Ferrari of Ryan Mills coming into each lap, there's 3 back-to-back DRS zones, which can, I mean, it's so overpowered, it's a madness. Like, it was 0.9 going across the line, it is now 4 tenths, and there's still a DRS zone to go. So dare we say we're going to see another battle between these two drivers. Ryan Mills trying to shake him off as best as possible, but it's just so difficult with the power of the straight. But looks like Ryan has got this one covered, and he will be using the last bit of the lap to just pull away from that 1 second gap. But it's not going to be easy. It's never easy on this track. It's so hard to pull away.
Yeah, it is very, very hard to pull away on this lap. Looks like Gautier has gone into the pits, and MUFC Harvey is out. Probably worth a mention now at this point that there's quite a few of them. Crash Game has done 15 laps on hards, is that right? Go on, Crash. Why not? There is loads that have gone in for
Absolutely.
the softs now. Ghost Angel 1, Rafbo, Greg's Gaming.
15 laps on the soft.
Big Ben,
Yeah,
Gautier left
feel
alone.
good.
MUFC, no, they will not feel good. He'd probably go for the punchy just for a laugh at the moment, potentially. CRL Murphy is on the mediums. He's 10 laps on the mediums. Sorry, MUFC Harvey is on 0 laps of softs. And everyone above, by the way, look at Hedgehog, JB Bowie, Wills, all have done 17 laps now on those hards. Are we going to start to see the times per lap start to become pretty big in change on 17 lap hards against 0 laps of softs? Is there enough time, is the question, with 9 laps to go?
It's unlikely, however, a safety car can absolutely turn this race on its head. So, if I was a hard runner, I'd be kind of praying against it. But I mean, the pace of these soft runners right now, it's going to be all the telling. So let's just see, give it a lap, and let's see the pace that they've got.
So Ryan Mills just coming up towards, I think that's a back runner there, Rafbo, yeah. Also says that, oh right, so the top's actually laps Crash, Ghost and Digicod at the moment. So Rafbo in front of Ryan Mills. Ryan Mills up the starter straight, a little bit of an uphill towards turn 1, takes the first corner quite well, comes right down into third with that, which, me personally, I think that's very, safe. You know, it's very controlled way going around the corner. Personally, I think on my TT especially, I'm right up in 5th round that pretty... well, for most of the corner, I think I'll go 5th halfway around the corner, 4th to engine brake, and then back up to 5th to get the foot down. So,
yeah, I think 4th of the rotation car.
Yeah.
So it's exactly. a very short time in 4th. So just nip it down for a brief moment, just for that extra rotation, nip it back up to 5th. Yeah. Keep the speed through the corner. But yeah, I mean, when you're in first position, especially on 12 lap old mediums, even though those hards are 18 laps old. Don't get it twisted. Those mediums are not going to be feeling great. They always drop off hard at the end of this race when you do that softer medium strategy. So Ryan maybe is thinking about the long game here, just trying to keep those tyres going so he has consistent pace towards the end of the race rather than being able to go really fast now and then dropping off. So could be more of a long game here for Ryan. But as I say that, he is now pulled out of the DRS and dare I say, he is gone.
So when
wait. Sorry.
What?
Oh, sorry. The Mercedes has just had a monster exit on turn.
I was going to say, yeah, he's almost.
And is now 7 tenths back.
So. He took quite a few tenths off that. Yeah, just as you were saying it. Yeah, he's booked 8 tenths there, as you can see in the top left of your screen. The difference in time between Jay Wills and Ryan Mills. These two must be sick of racing each other now. It's week in, week out. Absolutely shot for shot. These pair quite regularly. Who do you fancy at this point, by the way? Would you want to be on 13 laps of mediums or 19 laps of hards? What's got more stick as we go into like the last 6 laps, do you reckon?
It really depends because any sort of slide or any sort of kind of overheating of the tyres will have a really big effect. If I could see the tyre wears, obviously it would be easier to know. However, all I know is that almost every time I do a race around here and I do the soft medium, my mediums are screaming at the end. And there's been a couple of times where I've tried to undercut a driver, so come in a lap earlier, and at the end I've really regretted it. So it's just one of those ones. But 20 laps, and it will be 26 in those hards, so that's a lot of laps. But it will also be 20 laps on those mediums, which is around the limit. So it will be interesting, to say the least, if Jay Wills can stick to his DRS like he's doing. He's doing an absolutely blinding job right now. Ryan Mills has been so close to getting away, but he just can't do it.
Yeah, he is doing well. He is doing well to just hover in behind him. A point that you made earlier on, sometimes being behind someone can carry that pace that little bit more. I think Jay Wills is probably understanding that the 20 laps are currently maybe not the quickest, but they may certainly change soon. Maybe that being the case. What I would say is Mishi Joy, fair play to him. We had a safety car on lap 4, and that works out about right that he's coming at that point. Put the hards on, and he's been on them ever since, and looking to see the rest of the race out. He's on 27 laps on them.
Where did he start?
Doing well. It does look like the soft runners. Sorry,
I was just looking at Mishi Joy's start position, and he's made up 3 places by doing that strategy. So good stuff for him. He's in points as it goes, P13. So looking to bring home some points for the Red Bulls.
Yeah, 1 to 6 have only had one stop on the day, but the 1 to 6 with Reverend being 9 points of penalties, as we see on the left hand side of the screen. Crash Gaming getting another 3 seconds at the bottom of the screen. You can also see there. So a few of the races on 9 points. Sadly, Big Ben on 9 points. Seconds. Sadly, Big Ben's got 9 seconds in P10. So that's going to be detrimental at his constructors. Not the constructors, sorry, the championship points as it happens. Ryan Mills, Jay Wills both without. JB Bowie and Hedgehog with 3 seconds. Mazzles without as well. As I've already mentioned. Where are we looking?
The race has just changed. Ryan Mills has just cut the corner on the last exit. He's got a 3-second penalty. Jay Wills is now sending up the inside of turn 1. Is it going to be clean? It's really hard to go side. Oh, he leaves adequate space. He gives the room, but Ryan Mills is still there.
I think Jay Wills has just Jay Wills has just got the DRS as well, so he'll be able to pull away that little bit on this.
Jay Wills has now become the clear favourite for this race. So Ryan Mills, really, if I was Ryan Mills right now, I would just be battling, trying my hardest to put him off, trying to send him wide where I can, legally.
Yeah, oh absolutely.
But just you want to be putting him off as much as possible here.
As
really
it happens,
best,
they're both they're both ERS. Both of them were completely spent after turn 1 towards turn 2. They both floored it entirely with the ERS again towards turn 3, and again from turn 3 to turn 4 at the end of at the start of sector 2. Both of them just bled the ERS entirely. So you can see how much it means to both of them to try and get as close to each other as they can and not let anything change. Oh, I think someone's just lost control there towards the back. It was the Red Bull. Raf Boer, was it? Who's just lost it? Or was it Mishi who just lost it? One of them did. It was Mishi on the last corner.
I think it was Mishi Joy, but
yeah, see the pack going past him.
Once again, the Ferrari these top 2. It just hasn't stopped, has it?
Here we go. He's trying to get on the inside, but he's thought better of it. Probably the right decision in that case, to be honest. It was a bit late to be making that type of effort, but he's going to have DRS. Is it such a bad idea for Ryan to just keep sitting in behind for a second? Allow some time for the ERS to recollate. Use your DRS. Use your DRS when you're in behind him. Pick the right time to get past him. Bear in mind on these straights when you've got DRS, Jay Wills will be using his ERS and putting it into Rich Mix to try and keep the speed to keep away from you. I think if he plays this wisely, he might be able to get back past. 100%.
It's one of those things. Yeah, he's when you're in that second position, when you're battling so close, especially in a track like Austria, you can really use the DRS. It's such an advantage, even more an advantage to be able to save the ERS. He's using his ERS as we speak.
He has. He's gone for the overtake. Jay Wills has gone on the inside. You can't come back out, Jay Wills. He has moved away from that line that he was on. Jay Wills has done very well there. Very well. There's nothing wrong with that. There was a little bit of contact between them, but there was nothing wrong with that. He's going to have another goal.
Mean, but it was absolutely fine.
Oh! He picked his line on the outside. He just went to turn into that corner of turn 2. There was nearly some
think he
Drama
realised
there.
leaves enough space for Ferrari on the exit, but he gets a great exit on those hard compound tyres.
He's doing unbelievably well on those hards.
Maybe they're starting to, there might be some small crossover between the two. That was bloody close.
Yeah, Ryan Mills didn't leave him a great deal there. Jay Wills maybe understanding with the difference in the tyre compound, still favouring the mediums potentially at this point.
I think the mediums will still be. Yeah, it can't be far in it at all, because the hards obviously do have incredibly good longevity.
Yeah. Elsewhere in the track, Big Ben gets his way back past MUFC Harvey, but he's gone too deep into the corner, and MUFC Harvey takes that spot back. Murphy now on the prowl behind Big Ben in 9th position.
Yeah, Mishi got the puncture, I believe.
Right, okay.
So
he's on intermediates currently. What's he doing?
Oh, God. Oh, no.
Mishi's on intermediates, I've just clicked. Crash Gaming is on 6 laps of mediums. Ghost Angel 1.
So he's taken those hard tyres.
Yeah.
A total of 32 laps.
Gets him.
So that is puncture territory. Let's just say that. How many laps?
Jay Wills.
I know Jay Wills will be on a lot.
He's going to go for it. He's on the inside, and he has gone for it. He's gone deep into the corner. He's had to really brake. But Ryan Mills had to go wide as a result, and the pair of them really got it was a bad corner from the pair of them there, but I think it's just racing. They can't all be perfect, and it wouldn't be the academy if they were. But there's a superb battle going on between these pair.
So, Jay Wills, Bowie and Hedgehog on 25 lap hole. There's only 1 lap of the race to go. So it looks like Jay Wills, if he can just keep it on, as we see a big flash of lightning, I believe the rain is going to absolutely come down now.
It is. I can see a few
a little bit too late for Mr. Joy. But I love the optimism. Just in case, putting himself on those intermediate tyres, but obviously hasn't worked out for him.
And here we go, Ryan Mills on the inside of Jay Wills on the final lap of the race. 36 laps. Here's 20 laps on the mediums. 26 for Jay Wills. He's gone right on the inside of the corner and left no space for Jay Wills whatsoever, who is going to have the DRS here that opens up. He is flashing with that the fuel tank. Is he going to have enough to keep pushing? Sometimes there'll be that little in the tank that you can't actually keep rich mix on, and you have to really back off, and that is a ruiner later on. That might come into play with these pair. Ryan Mills looks like... Ryan Mills feels fine.
Especially if it's on the line. Because obviously that's where you're going to lose, your car will stop moving, essentially, or stop moving as quickly as possible. 3 seconds could be made up. Let's hope fuel can make it to the line here.
It's so tight. It's so tight that from P6, P to P12, and also a couple of seconds. Considering how many laps we've done around here, it's unbelievable. But here we go, Ryan Mills finishes it off, but he's got a penalty. So Jay Wills takes the win. Ryan Mills getting the penalty clearly later on. I must have missed him getting the penalty because them two didn't have any. And of course, Jay Wills now goes leader as a result of that. Well done to them two. All the same, what an unbelievably good race. Jay Wills maybe even knew by the end there if he'd have checked his checked up on the driver in front of who would have done what. But Ryan Mills in second. JB Bowie, he has put himself into P3 and gets on the podium this week. Well done him. Hedgehog number 11 in P4. Mazza's in behind him, has now finished. Reverend Melvin in 6th. No, he isn't. He moved to 7th. Sniper Boy Hearts is in 6th. He goes above him because of the penalties. Big Ben can manage 8th on the grid. MUFC Harvey behind him. No, he's been... the both pair of them have been moving down. As Gautier Lefalon goes into P8. CRL Murphy in 9. Big Ben has dropped to P10 with those 9 seconds of penalties. And wow, they have just escaped some rain. I tell you what, I wish I had dropped with about 5 laps to go. That would have been unbelievably interesting for those last few laps. Yeah, that would have made it massive time because it's so slow around here. It feels so slow around Austria when you've been otherwise going flying around it. Such a quick track, and then when a bit of rain on it, it's feels like your driving test. So it's
loves to really come down, doesn't it?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
Fortunately, it came out at the end of the race, but GG's
lucky
to our P1 man.
GG's, yeah, absolutely. Well done to all of the drivers this week. It was a hell of a race in the end. Really good, exciting race. Everyone was quite close, as we saw a few of those DRS trains in mode for quite a few laps, keeping all the pace. And there you see it. Big Ben did actually keep on to his fastest lap of the race of 105.9, however, because he was in P10. So if he'd have dropped any more than that, he wouldn't have been able to keep it, but he does keep it. So J Wills is your winner. Ryan Mills in second place, and JB Bowie make up the podium with Hedgehog behind, Mazel, Sniper Boy, Reverend Melvin, Gautier level on, Murphy, and of course, as mentioned in P10, Big Ben. Lastly, first of all, thank you for jumping into the stream and joining us for the race. Who is your driver of the day for today?
I know it's the obvious one, but for me it has to be J Wills for the driver of the day. Simply as, you know, doing a 50% race around Austria without getting a single penalty, whilst you have a driver for company the entire race, you're constantly DRSing each other back and forth, battling almost every lap, and he still survived the whole race without penalties. Absolutely unbelievable stuff. So it has to be J Wills. The second driver, they'd probably be CRL Ferg, you know, with an amazing start, an amazing in-lap, amazing pit, amazing retirement.
Yeah, did everything right over the lap.
100%, mate. And I tell you what, I'm looking at the chat now. I am terrified I'm going to turn into a meme. So I'll leave it at that. Thank you very much for having me.
Yeah, these mistakes have consequences, mate.
I'm terrified.
So we have actually got a break week next week. We're going to have a little bit of a break. Join us on Thursday, of course, for the rest of the tiers to all go at it at the Red Bull Ring. I'm just about to jump on and have a little bit of practice myself, I think. And once we have finished that break week, we're going to be back at the Cone Racing League for our race number 9 at Spain, the Espanyol Grand Prix. What do you like around Spain? How do you like it?
One of my favourite tracks. It has to be said. It's a very tough one. It's very hard to overtake, very DRS trainy. Yeah. But once you get the flow of the lap, I do really like it.
Last little comment from you, Ferg, before we go. Tier 1, you're 179 points in the lead currently against CRL Nath in second with a 174. I mean, it's only 7 points. So no, it isn't 7 points. It's even less than that. 5 point. It's 5 point difference. How do you feel the season's going for you so far?
Yeah, well, I mean, it's somewhat up and down. I mean, bad start, good second race. I've had basically either a really good race or a really bad race. Pretty sure it's been half and half. 3 wins, 3 not great results. But yeah, I mean, I'm in P1 of the championship, so you can't complain, can you?
Yeah, so. As long as when you're on it, you actually are taking the victories, then it's sometimes enough. But someone close in Nathan, you get the consistency versus ability there, isn't it?
King consistency.
Yeah, absolutely.
Even though he will be like, no, I bottled it. It's like, no, shut up. Anyway, thank you very much for having me. I appreciate it.
Yeah, great.
It's always a great race in the academy. I love coming over here.
Superb. Cheers, Ferg. I hope everyone has enjoyed today. Thank you very much. As I say, we're going to have a break next week, so please enjoy that week off. Keep a close eye, because we're going to be back for Espanyol over in Spain for our next Grand Prix in race number 9 of the Cone Racing League. So thank you, everyone, and good evening.
See ya.
I can't remember. Hang on.